Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining the information section for the seminar on navigating the ecosystem, the startup ecosystem. Welcome to YSEALI Academy at Fulbright University, Vietnam. My name is Quan, Director of YSEALI Academy. I would like to introduce the YSEALI Academy team who are with us today. Next slide, please. So with us today, we have Dr. Hoang, Entrepreneurship Lead Faculty, Mr. Thuy, Public Policy Lead Faculty, Ms. Trang, Program Manager, Mr. Quan, Program Officer, and Mr. YSEALI, Strategy and Operation Manager of the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Colleagues, please introduce yourself to the audience. Dr. Thuy.
Hey everyone, welcome to the webinar. And yeah, my name is Hoang. I joined the YSEALI Academy a few weeks ago. Before that, I was a consultant for venture building and venture capital companies in the Boston area and in Europe. I started 2 startups. My background is in medicine and biotechnology. So my entrepreneurial journey has been mainly focusing on health technology and biotechnology companies. I'm super thrilled to welcome you to the webinar and also give you like a very brief outline about what the seminar is going to be about in December, and welcome you to ask all kinds of questions that come to your mind. And with that, I'll pass it on to Trang, who is our program manager.
Hello, everyone. I'm Trang. I'm YSEALI Academy Program Manager. I'm in charge of all the operations at YSEALI Academy. And as for my background, I used to be an entrepreneur as well. I ran my own company for 5 years. I'm very happy to welcome you all to this exciting entrepreneurship seminar in late November and at the beginning of December. I hope that we will receive a lot of applications from you. Now, I would like to invite Thuy.
Hello everyone, my name is Thuy and I am the Program Officer at the YSEALI Academy. I joined YSEALI family 5 years ago as an academic fellow. Thanks to YSEALI, I've met wonderful people and have great opportunity. Make sure to apply for this seminar because it is amazing. I'll see you at the seminar in November. Next will be Thuy.
Hello everyone, and my name is Thuy. I'm the Public Policy Lead Faculty at the YSEALI Academy. So together with our colleagues, we have just organized a wonderful seminar 2 months ago, and I believe that this seminar will be is interesting or even more successful than our previous seminar. So I'm very excited to see you in the upcoming seminar on entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Now, YSEALI.
Hi everyone, my name is Thuy. I'm currently the Strategy and Operations Manager at Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Fulbright University. Before joining CEI at Fulbright, I was the Operations Manager at 500 Startups Vietnam, an early stage VC firm investing in startup ventures in Vietnam. And I really look forward to welcoming all the participants of this exciting program organized by YSEALI Academy.
So the rest of our team, we have Ms. Nguyen Xuân Ngọc Hạnh, our program officer, and we have our affiliated faculty from the public policy school. We have Dr. Lê Việt Phú, Dr. Huỳnh Nhật Nam, and Dr. Lê Thái Hà. So Dr. Huỳnh Nhật Nam is the lead faculty for technology and innovation, and Dr. Nam and Ham is now currently running the afternoon section for our tech and innovation seminar. Therefore, they cannot be here today. And then for the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, we have Spencer Thôn, the director of the center, who also not here today, but he will join us in the future. So the agenda for this information section is as follows. So I will give a brief introduction of YSEALI Academy, and then Dr. Hati will provide an overview of the Entrepreneurship Seminar. Ms. Trang will explain the application process and program requirements. And finally, we will have about 30 to 40 minutes for Q&A. Next slide, please. So YSEALI Academy partner with leading global organizations to offer executive level seminars for entry and mid-level professionals around the three themes: public policy, Mr. Huyen Trung Dũng mentioned, and then technology and innovation, and entrepreneurship. So we partner with leading universities like Harvard, Kennedy School, NYU, Cambridge, and NTU, and companies like 500 startups. So as you can see that we have partnered over 50 countries, and in each seminar we will invite speakers from academia and also from industry to join the seminar. Next slide, please. So let me give you a brief introduction about YSEALI Academy. So the Young Southeast Asian Leader Initiative was launched in 2013 by President Barack Obama. So there are different YSEALI programs. So we have the Academic and Professional Fellowship Program, we have the C for the Future grant, and we have the regional workshop. So in 2020, so last year, YSEALI partnered with Fulbright University Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City to establish YSEALI Academy at Fulbright. The Academy is supported by the US Department of State. So how do we differentiate ourselves from other YSEALI programs? YSEALI Academy focus more on the rigorous academic training, yes, practical to young professionals in Southeast Asia. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, we have three pillars of our seminar series: public policy, technology and innovation, and entrepreneurship. Participation is open to applications aged 25 to 40 years old in all Southeast Asian countries. So the objective of YSEALI Academy is to deliver 16 to 20 highly qualified seminars in the next 5 years to rising leaders across the region. As you can see here, that our speakers are leading scholars and industry experts, including Professor Sandra Nash from Columbia University, Dr. Edward Cunningham from Harvard Kennedy School, and Stephanie Davis from Google, South Asia, and Dr. Thay Lai Pham from Siemens. So in this seminar, we try to identify speakers that related to the team and invite them to join us and to provide their expertise to the fellows. As you can see here, the selection process is highly competitive. So each seminar, we only select 35 fellows, but we receive a very large number of applications by register. So we encourage those who register submit the application for consideration. If accepted, you will be glad to join a group of highly motivated leaders who will shape the future of the region. As you can see here, we receive positive testimonials from our previous fellows. But we hope our seminar will continue to attract many young talents and bring substantial benefits to their career development. So you can read from our two fellows from the Energy, Economic, and Policy Seminar. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Hoang Thi, who will share with you the curriculum of the Entrepreneurship Seminar.
All right, potential fellows. So, first I'd like to outline the vision. Why are we hosting an entrepreneurship seminar? And the topic that we choose is navigating the startup ecosystem. So next slide. And we think that the launch of an entrepreneurship seminar comes in a timely manner. As you are all aware, Southeast Asia, ASEAN, and Timor-Leste is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And they also represent like the third largest market in the world. And as you can see on the right, venture capital that has grown, has gone into early stage startup has increased over the past years. And this area is really marked by entrepreneurial spirit. There are over 70 million micro and small businesses in Southeast Asia, more than anywhere in the world. And so we really want to to leverage this entrepreneurial talent and play our part into building the leadership capacity that's needed to create entrepreneurial innovation in this area. Next slide. So just a very brief overview. The seminar is really about helping you budding entrepreneurs. So you don't have to have any prior startup or entrepreneur experience, but maybe you have some tickling inside you that tells you, oh, I may want to quit what I'm doing now and build my own thing in the future. But how do I go about that? Where do I start? Which people do I talk to? Right? How do I even navigate the startup ecosystem? Who are the players and what are their roles in this ecosystem? And this is exactly at the heart of our seminars, to give you an overview of how to navigate this ecosystem, to give you like these first pointers towards advisors that you can speak to, potential co-founders that you might find in other fellows and the broader network of YSEALI. The duration is going to be for 2 weeks, as Quan mentioned, and it has to be, unfortunately, be online, but we're doing our best to create the way that feels as real as possible. We're all very nice people, but we also have like great online tools to make it highly interactive. So don't worry about that. And we hope that as you become part of the YSEALI family in the future, we'll get to actually shake your hand and give you a hug in the future. So what are the seminar components and topics that we want to implement? Broadly speaking, we want to incorporate 4 topics. The topic 1 will just briefly talk about what is actually entrepreneurship. What does it mean? What different types of entrepreneurship are there? What different types of companies and startups are there? And how do the trajectories differ from one another? Topic number 2 will really help you to get your startup started. What is a good idea? How do you pressure test your idea? How do you validate business hypothesis? How do you go about customer discovery? Number 3 is, well, in order for you to do that, you need to develop certain qualities, right? You need to become a good leader. How do you build empathetic, well-performing teams? How do you create an amazing company culture? And entrepreneurship is a deeply personal experience. I've had a lot of failures, but also a lot of successes. It was a very personal story. And what we read in the media is often very glorified, but we want to have to allow you to actually personally connect to entrepreneurs and learn from their failures, their personal experience with their journey, hands-on, by interacting with entrepreneurs from all stages of the startup lifecycle. So we invite people at the very early stage who, like you, maybe just like 1 or 2 steps ahead. They just launched their startup. They're maybe just as scared and as excited as you are. And then more seasoned entrepreneurs who've had multiple exits, have multiple M&As, and they can kind of like with a more seasoned view, reflect on their experience and give you advice on how to navigate this ecosystem, not only professionally, but also emotionally and personally. And finally, entrepreneurship is probably the least theoretical topic that's out there, right? So we can't have a seminar without having a practical component that allows you to put some of your learnings into practice. So as we go along the seminar over the 2 weeks, you have the chance to team up in teams of 5 and actually work on topics together, pitch business solutions together in the framework of a hackathon that we organize. So we form teams of 5 people, and through mentored sessions, you can come up with business proposals, which will culminate in a pitch competition. And I'll talk a little bit about the hackathon component in the next slide. So for those of you that are not aware what a hackathon is, it's essentially a sprint-like collaborative event that historically emerged from the computer science field, where so-called hackers would meet and just create software solving some problem in a very short amount of time using rapid iteration and prototyping. And this concept of hackathon has then broadly expanded to other areas as well, to biotechnology, to fintech, to software as a service, you name it, to social science, to arts. It is a framework that can be applied anywhere. In our case, it's really a sprint-like collaborative event where you have the chance to present innovative business and tech concepts solving really some of the major problems facing your society. So we will create teams of 5. There will be 3 topic categories, which we will announce to the fellows as they are getting admitted. You will have a chance to actually work hand in hand with entrepreneurs that guide you through the process, how to build a pitch deck, how to de-risk an idea, and how to ultimately pitch it to a panel, which you have to do during your entrepreneurial journey anyway, to secure money and to secure attention from the market. And this pitch competition will will be the end of the seminar, and there will be prizes. And we really want to create this hackathon in the spirit of collaboration rather than competition, even though there are teams and there are prizes. Really, this is about everyone helping everyone and us helping all of you to realize your vision of, your business concepts and bringing your startup ideas into reality. Okay, next slide. And so I now turn it over to Trang, who will talk to you about the seminar application process. That will be followed by a Q&A session. Bear in mind, we're still organizing your seminar. We are still inviting speakers. What you can be sure of is that we will make sure that you get the most high-profile speakers, the most suitable speakers and lecturers possible to cover these different topics. With that, I hand it over to Trang. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Anki. All right, so you must be very excited to join the seminar. So how can you apply for this seminar? So I'm going to talk to you about the seminar application process. First of all, there is the eligibility requirements. So we target young professionals from 1 of 10 ASEAN member states and Timor-Leste, and you should be from 25 to 40 years old. More specifically, if you are from 25 to 35, you all are welcome to apply. However, if you are from 35 to 40, you must be YSEALI alumni in order to apply for our seminar. And the special thing about this seminar is that no college or university degree is required for you to apply. So we must know there are a lot of entrepreneurs without any college or university degree, and they can still be very successful. That's why we're open to everyone without any requirement regarding the college or university degree. All right, so how to apply? It's very simple. You just need to fill out an application form. Go to our website, yseali.fulbright.edu.vn/apply, and fill out the application form, especially filling in all the essay questions. And we have a barcode here, so you just need to scan it with your phone, and then it can direct you to the application form on our website. Remember to submit the application by the deadline, which is September 24th, Vietnam time. Remember to submit the application by the deadline. If you submit your application later than that, we cannot accept your application. So set a reminder or something like that to make sure that you will not miss the deadline. And we will announce the results on Thursday, October 21st. So what are the criteria for selection? So we evaluate candidates based on work and life experience, leadership skills, the interest in seminar topic, interest in Southeast Asian development and US-Southeast Asian relationship, as well as whether the candidates are fit with YSEALI mission, which is to strengthen leadership capabilities in Southeast Asia, as well as strengthen the tie between the US and Southeast Asian community. So please make sure that you meet all the criteria and demonstrate them in your application package, especially in the essay questions, so that we can understand your interest, your motivation, your background, and make sure that you are a good fit for the seminar. All right, so those are some quick overview of the application process. So now is some time for you to ask questions to our speakers today. Please type your questions in the comment box in the YSEALI page and YSEALI Academy at Fulbright University Facebook page as well. And then we will collect the questions and ask the speakers. Thank you. All right, so we have the first question. Do I need to commit 8 hours a day at the seminar? Is it possible if I skip 1 or 2 sessions? Yeah, actually, the requirement for you to get a certificate at our seminar is that you commit 36 hours of online seminar together with 12 additional teamwork activities hours. And those are for the 2 weeks, 10 working days. So we highly recommend you to to participate fully in the 2 weeks so that you can achieve the most out of the seminar. All right, the second questions, who will be the instructors in the entrepreneurship seminar? And this question I will ask Dr. Hoang to answer this question.
Yeah, the instructors for the seminar will be the YSEALI core team. So will be Quan, myself, Trang, Hoang, the entire team that just introduced themselves to you. We will host this seminar in collaboration with the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Fulbright University. So Thuy and Spencer Don will be there. And they really combine like a decade of experience in consulting startups and business leaders. We have a broad network that we'll incorporate, but also you will get to work with instructors that we invite. So speakers, leaders, entrepreneurs from all kinds of startups, different sectors, different stages of the startup life cycle. And, you know, they're really teaching you the art that they're going through right now. So all of these people will become your instructors during the seminar.
Yeah, thank you. And for more information regarding the speakers from previous seminars for your reference, you can go to our website, yseali.fulbright.edu.vn, and go to the speakers page so that you can get more information about our speakers. So normally there are about 35 speakers per seminar. All right, we have another question for the hackathon. So I want to ask Dr. Hoang as well. So do we have the same topics for all groups in hackathon? How will the groups for hackathon be divided?
All right, I'll start with the first one. Do all groups have the same topics for the hackathon? So the question is no, there will be 3 topics, which we will announce. You can be sure that these topics are going to be the major topics that are concerning the startup ecosystem in Southeast Asia and actually the world. So it'll be education, healthcare, and then a third topic, which we'll still be working on. How will the groups be allocated to these topics? So what we will do is actually have people pitch a problem statement in these fields that we select that they care about. And then people can essentially mingle and network and form teams organically through socializing. And then these teams will then form based on how you gel with each other. Who do you like? Whose problems do you care about? And if you can't find a team, then we will definitely make sure you find friends. We will find friends for you. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Thank you. So we have another question. Do you have preferences for any specific groups of applicants? Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to answer this question. So yes, no, we don't have any preference. So we want to encourage diversity in our applicants. So we try to maximize the diversity in terms of gender, age, country of origin, or rural, urban background, professional background. So don't worry, we don't have any preferences. Okay, so the next questions are, what are the differences between your seminar and other out there? So this question for Dr. Hoang as well.
Yeah, that's a good question. We think there are not many, of course, there are a lot of seminars on entrepreneurship out there. However, there are not many out there that are really geared towards the community in ASEAN and Southeast Asia. And so while this is an international audience and an international speakers that we're going to invite, we will try to always pick their brains on how some of the learnings, which are a lot of times shaped by Western entrepreneurship or European entrepreneurship, how they can actually apply it within the ASEAN context. And this is special about it. And, you know, the YSEALI is a relatively young society, a young ecosystem. It has just been around for the past 8 years. And so there's a lot of community building to be done, a lot of networking to be done. And my personal dream is that you know, we'll have international teams working on startups together and not having them siloed between the different countries. And in that sense, the spirit of fostering international collaboration between countries of ASEAN and Timor-Leste is really new. And it's a spirit we want to incorporate into our curriculum of this seminar. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, that's an excellent answer. Another question for you as well. So as potential entrepreneurs, we would appreciate networking connection. Is there sufficient time allocated to networking in the seminar?
Oh yeah, so there's going to be enough time for you to do that. And, you know, we will provide time, but it's on you to also use that time. And you're not restricted to just communicating with other fellows, speakers during the seminar series, right? So be bold, reach out to everyone individually. We'll make sure we invite really nice people. That's why they qualify to be part of our seminar. So we not only vet you as an applicant and as a fellow, we have to make sure we invite nice speakers as well that are perfect mentors, right? And in my experience, most of the mentors, if you reach out to them, you say, hey, I was a fellow in the seminar, I was so inspired by your lecture. Can I set up a call? I have a few more follow-up questions. Most of them will make time for you. So it is also on you to make the most out of this networking experience. But yes, we will provide the right framework for you to do so.
Yes, just to provide you with some insights into our seminar. So currently we are running technology and innovation seminar, and we are trying to use a very, very cool tool for fellows to network with each other. And fellows, it mimic the physical location like a real networking event. And fellows can move around, meet the speakers, meet each other, and hang out with the people that they want, and have a drink. They can have beer or Diet Coke or whatever they like, and they can even play piano. So it's really like a physical, a real life networking event. So don't worry, we have a lot of opportunities for you to network with each other. All right, so the next question is, can you explain more about the seminar topics that mentioned in the choosing criteria? I want to answer this question. So basically, as for the criteria of evaluation, the candidates should show their interest in seminar topics and try to make sure that you have relevant experience and relevant background that demonstrate to us that you are a good fit for the team, for the seminar, especially the topics, navigating the startup ecosystem. And I think for this question, Anki, can you please explain more about what you mean by the ecosystem in the topic of the seminar?
Yeah, so an ecosystem is essentially an environment where different stakeholders are working together on a common mission, right? And the ecosystem of the startups is all the investors, advisors, leadership coaches, the entrepreneurs themselves, obviously, the customers that interact together to essentially achieve growth, societal transformation, and the solving of important societal problems, right? Like climate change, like educational inequities, like healthcare disparities, you name it, right? And that is what we mean by an ecosystem. However, there are lots of players in this ecosystem, and they interact with each other in a dynamic way. And how they interact with each other in a dynamic way is, of course, like very individual to different problems. However, there are common themes, common patterns. And if you start your own business, you will have to know who these key stakeholders are and how you interact with them, and at what stages of your startup they come into play. And that's essentially the knowledge we would like to convey to you during the seminar.
Thank you, Anki. So the next question is for Dr. Quan. Are we going to get certificates? Which organization issues the certificate?
Yes, thank you for the question, Jan. So YSEALI Academy is part of Fulbright University, Vietnam. We are the third academic unit, the smallest and the youngest academic unit within the university. So at Fulbright University, we have the Fulbright School of Public Policy and Management. It's a graduate program. And then we have the undergraduate program. And our youngest academic unit is YSEALI Academy. And therefore, the certificate will be signed by our provost and also a representative from the State Department.
Thank you very much for your answer. The next questions, in case I miss or fail in the application for this seminar, do you have any future seminars on entrepreneurship, and what will be the topics? So this question is for Dr. Liu Quan again on the seminar plan.
So this year, we host 3 seminars. The first one is on public policy, the second one on tech and innovation, and the third one is on entrepreneurship. And then in 2022, we will restart a cycle with the public policy seminar in March, and then tech and innovation in June, and entrepreneurship again in September. And the last seminar in 2022 is public policy. So as you can see, we rotate a seminar every 3 months. So it's up to the lead faculty to design the curriculum and work with our team. So by the end of this year, we should have the topic for each seminar for the next year. And follow our website. We will continue to update information on our website.
Thank you very much. The next question is for Dr. Hoang. What skills or standards attendees have to qualify to apply for this seminar?
So for me personally, it's important in your application to showcase that you care about societal problems, and not only being able to list what is a problem, but also be able to articulate and reflect why is it a problem. And perhaps you can also think about, well, why is it a problem that's really hard to solve using current business concepts or technologies. Other than that, we encourage fellows to apply who are highly inquisitive, are open-minded, are highly collaborative, because you will work with other fellows from different cultures who may have a different background, different communication styles. And a lot is about how can you make that team work efficiently and empathetically together, which is also a reflection of how successful your startup in the future is going to be. And ultimately, we're trying to invite just really nice people, that can be our friends in the future and that we'd like to invite to our events in the future. So we really want to create people that don't see this as a one-off event, but are really interested in building a long-term relationship with the YSEALI Academy going forward.
Thank you. The next question is, I'm dual citizen of a Southeast Asian country and the US. May I participate in the seminar? This question is for Dr. Quan.
So only residents of the ASEAN member state and Timor-Leste can qualify to apply for the YSEALI Academy Seminar Series. If you are a citizen of Southeast Asian country, but you are currently overseas on job assignment, short-term job assignment, or you are in the graduate program, maybe in the UK, in the US, or in Australia, you also qualify to apply for this seminar under the condition that after you graduate from college, you must return back to your home country.
Okay, thank you. The next question is for Dr. Hoang. You mentioned about the prizes of the hackathon and the pitch competition. Can you give me more details about it? Do you have any seeds of funding for fellows?
Sure, about the prizes of the hackathon. So we're still working on the exact details, and that has mainly to do with the fact that we're operating under the pandemic, and it's just pretty hard on bureaucratically to install processes that allow us to disseminate prizes, ship prizes essentially internationally given the situation. However, the spirit of the prizes will be for you to continue exploring your ideas and continuing de-risking your business ideas. So for example, for the hackathon, if you win the hackathon with your team, we will want to install a prize that allows you to have continued mentorship, advisory feedback, to actually continue to working on the idea. And that's very much aligned with our mission of building a long-term relationship with the fellows. And that's relating to the second question, do we have any seed funds or funding for fellows? So concretely, no, not in the framework of this seminar. However, we want you to stay part of our family, and we do work closely with the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and we have connections to VCs and angel investors. If you seem like to be pitching a really cool idea, then we're happy to nurture and promote your career by connecting you to our broader network for you to obtain funding to ultimately turn your ideas into reality. So this hackathon is not meant to just be a playground. It is a playground for you to have fun, but we very much want you to take it seriously in a sense that these ideas that you create can actually turn into companies, very much so. Thanks for the question.
Thank you. We have another question related to that. During the seminar, if we can launch some feasible startup ideas, projects, will the YSEALI Academy have any kind of support for us in developing the project, mentorship, connecting with investor, or providing information, etc.?
Yes, it very much ties into my last answer. So beyond the seminar, we will make sure to stay in touch with you, and we will connect you to investors, advisors, and we're of course happy. We are of course like entrepreneurs ourselves and advisors ourselves, and you can reach out to us to get continued support in that sense.
Okay, still, this is another question related to that. Will the YSEALI Academy have any platform for us to continue building relations, connection, or following up with our startup projects after the seminar as alumni?
Yeah, once you are part of the YSEALI family, you are part of the YSEALI family, and that is your platform. And the platform is exactly the people that is in this family. So it's us, it's our broader network, and it's our partners. A lot of the continuation will depend on your initiative, of course. If you want to reach out to us and build a long-term relationship, we can definitely start about that. Right now, because we're very young, this is the first entrepreneurship seminar. We don't have any framework put in place because we don't want to impose any frameworks on you. But we really very much encourage you to take initiative. If you want to build a long-term relationship, to keep working with us on your ideas, please do so. And we will talk about what frameworks we can put in place for you to be able to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is, does YSEALI provide the fellows with the support after the seminar and any follow-up events that the fellows can participate? I will answer this question. So after finishing their seminar, fellows will join our alumni network, not only YSEALI Academy alumni network, but also the US Department of State alumni network. So it's a very, very valuable network where you can connect with each other, enjoy the activities for alumni. And right now we are having newsletter and virtual events for alumni where they can have the opportunity to meet very, very high profile and well-known speakers around the world. And we have the Distinguished Lecture Series. And Dr. Lim, can you share more about the Distinguished Lecture Series that we provide for alumni?
So before I go to the Distinguished Lecture Series, let me add to the alumni network is at YSEALI Academy. In the next 5 years, we are not only have the responsibility to organize 16 to 20 seminars, but we also have to build up an alumni network of about 500 fellows and keep them working together, continue to the conversation after each seminar. And in terms of the Distinguished Lecture Speaker Series, in the Technology and Innovation seminar, the second seminar, we try this to see if it's successful or not, and then we will scale up the Distinguished Lecture Seminar Series. So for the lecture, we invite very high-profile speakers, and we allow alumni to join the lecture. So as we grow, we will have more and more alumni joining this very special speaker series.
Thank you for your sharing. Another question. I am an ASEAN citizen, but currently staying in the US. Can I apply? So I will answer this question. So in order to apply for the seminar, you need to be a citizen and currently residing in the region, the Southeast Asian region. And if you are staying in the US temporarily, then that's fine, as long as you will return to your country and contribute to the country. Because an important part of joining or participating in our seminar is to apply the knowledge and the skills you learn here and contribute to your country, to the region. The next question, when will you organize face-to-face seminars? So this question is for Dr. Lee as well.
We hope very soon. So again, our goal for next year is to organize 4 seminars. So most likely the first 2, right? The first half of 2022, we will have to continue with the online seminar. But hopefully the second half of 2022, we will be able to do in-person seminar and welcome you to Vietnam, to Ho Chi Minh City, to our campus. So if the entrepreneurship seminar next year is scheduled in September, hopefully keep your finger crossed right now. But if we can do it in Vietnam, it's going to be very fun.
Okay, the next question is, in the application form, I don't see the clean energy stated as one of the major industry. Just wonder whether this topic will be carried out in the upcoming workshops.
Yeah, so yeah, thanks for the question. So the seminar is going to be pretty broad topic-wise, and of course, energy and sustainability is one of the major problems facing the world. So we will have startups representing this sector So you will hear from this sector in that context. However, entrepreneurship is much more broad than just this topic. So it will be part of our seminar, but it certainly won't be the focus. It was one of the major focus of the past seminar, and we can certainly think about in the future to make it to have more focused seminars. But this one we would like to keep it broad. But we will have entrepreneurs working in the sector, and you can interact with them during the seminar. Thanks.
Okay, the next question, could I have your contacts and your emails for further inquiries or cooperation later? Sure. Please contact YSEALI email, and so YSEALI email to ask for the question, or you can ask directly on our fan page, our YSEALI Academy fan page, so that you can get your questions answered. The next question, I will probably have to work during the seminar schedule. Can I both attend the seminar and work at the same time? May I be absent from several sessions? Dr. Hoang.
So we do expect you to attend all sessions, but we're also aware that sometimes life throws you some curveballs into your day. So we will not disqualify you if for some personal matters you are missing one or two, but we do encourage all of you to attend all of it. Also, you're bearing responsibility working with your team, right? So it's about teamwork and being held accountable to your team during the hackathon, being reliable. So in that sense, it would be really bad if you're missing one of the team working events. So we really, really encourage you to try to make your time and fully commit to get the most of the seminar. So it's mainly for you and not to be pleasing us as your fellowship deans, so to say.
So so try to imagine, like, if it is a face-to-face seminar, then you will fly to Vietnam, right? And then you will have 2 fully committed weeks with us to learn from the speakers. So so it's the same for virtual seminar. Try to have 2 committed weeks so that you can make the best out of the seminar. Okay, the next question, am I eligible to apply if I'm not a citizen of one of the ASEAN countries, but have been living in ASEAN and doing business there for a long time? Actually, it's the requirement that the candidates have to be a citizen of one of the 10 ASEAN member states and Timor-Leste in order to apply for our seminar. The next question, when will you publish the seminar schedule? This question is for Dr. Hoang.
We'll have a follow-up webinar where we talk more about in detail the curriculum. I think it's going to be is it next week or 2 weeks? Trang?
Yes, it's going to be on September 22nd.
Yes, so we'll have more details on the curriculum there. The speakers are getting filled up over time. They're busy, but we'll have more details on them as well. But the basic structure is discussed today. The detailed curriculum is going to be in the next webinar. Yeah, and if you want to get to get some information about the schedule and the speakers of the previous seminars, you can go to our website and go to our speakers, as well as go to the curriculum of the previous seminars, so you get some ideas of the schedule as well as the speakers. Can I apply if I just turned to 22 years old this year? I'm a university student. Moreover, I'm currently living in another country for personal reasons. Thank you for advising. Yeah, actually for the candidates to apply for a seminar, you have to be from 25 to 40 years old. If you are like younger than that or older than that, we will evaluate based on a case-by-case basis. Other speakers from Southeast Asian nations or the US, UK, and Australia? This question for Dr. Hoang. Yeah, we'll have speakers from all over the place. Certainly, there will be a focus on ASEAN and Timor-Leste, but we have speakers from Europe and from the US as well. And interestingly, also people that have, say, Asian roots, but they operate in the US or EU, and they can kind of give you the cultural perspective of how it is to be operating in those markets, coming from a different cultural background, but also vice versa, people who may have originated from Europe or US and operate in Asia, and give you that cultural perspective as well. Okay, the next question. Can I get recommendation letters from YSEALI Academy after finishing the program? This question is for Dr. Quan.
So we are an academic program, so the answer is yes. For example, you can ask any of the lead faculty on the seminar to write your letter of recommendation. You can also get the letter of recommendation from the director. For example, if you want to apply for a scholarship, for a graduate school scholarship, we can help you. We have a very large network of university. So we will be very happy to help you, to assist you with the application process, including writing letter of recommendation.
Thank you. The next question, the audience is still very interested in the seminar topic. So Dr. Hoang, can you answer this question? Will the seminar topics be focusing on Vietnam or other Southeast Asian nations, and more details regarding the topic?
Yeah, so the topics, so the speakers certainly will be from Southeast Asia, and a lot of the companies will invite to share their experience with you are going to be entrepreneurs operating in Southeast Asia, because that's probably where you're going to start your startup and seminars too. However, we do think that entrepreneurship is a much broader topic. So we'll invite speakers who are from the US and from Europe as well, just to give you a different perspective on how they think about leadership skills, how they think about talking to investors. But we will have also panel discussions on how some of those learnings, most of which have been Western geographies, can actually be applied to Asia, and that is really important to have in different geographies. So the topics will essentially, there will be a focus on Southeast Asia, but focus will emerge as a result of conversation rather than as set lectures, because it has to evolve from a conversation, because it's a highly dynamic topic.
Okay, there are several other questions for Dr. Hoang. Please wait for it. The next question, are there any other team projects apart from the hackathon?
So the hackathon is going to be the main team project and the only team project, and you will see that that's going to keep you pretty busy. So of course, beyond that, you may we have lunches as well, where we can break out into teams, and we can have casual discussions and get to know each other as people. It's really important that we want to establish a personal connection to you. But in terms of actual teamwork and deliverables for the seminar, it's going to be the hackathon, which is going to be a lot of work and a lot of fun for you.
Thank you. The next question, very interesting question. I sell street food in a store. Do you count it as a startup?
So yeah, it's a good question. And it depends which framework or thought you're applying. It is certainly a business, but in the traditional sense of the startup ecosystem we're trying to discuss, where you're getting risk capital to sell your food, it may not be. So it really depends on what your stall actually looks like. Do you get risk capital to it? Do you want to scale it? Do you want to turn it into a brand and potentially take it to the market, right? So, tell us more about your food stall, and we'll tell you whether it's a startup or not. But whether you have a food stall or not, whether you want to establish a food stall, we invite you to apply, because it showcases that you have entrepreneurial spirit. And you asking that question is really a testament to you thinking about the topic in the right way. And so please apply.
Thank you for your encouragement. The next question, what time will be the sessions? Evening or morning or both?
Yeah, it will be essentially all day. So, but with breaks, don't worry. You have time to have lunch and, talk to family members and relax and close your eyes and nap a little bit in between. So there will be morning sessions where we have lectures. There's going to be a lunch break, some of which are just for you to do self-study or just to relax. Some where we have social program where we just meet, we can have lunch together, we can talk together. There will be afternoon sessions that are reserved for you to work in teams together on the hackathon topics in a guided and mentored fashion. And then there will be evening sessions. So it's going to be like a regular full day with sufficient breaks for you to do teamwork and also relax.
Okay, the next question. What are your expectations on fellows during and after the seminar? Dr. Hoang, as well.
Yeah, similar to what I previously mentioned, my only expectations is that you are curious, you are open-minded, you are not shy to ask questions. there is no such thing like a stupid a question. I ask naive questions all the time, and some of the best learnings come from me just knowing nothing and just going out there and asking that question, and then realizing actually it's not that naive after all. So we really encourage fellows to be inquisitive, to be friendly, to have a teamwork spirit that they bring to the table, but also just be friendly and trying to connect to other fellows also at a personal level, not as a pure sterile professional level.
Okay, thank you. The next question. What if I don't work well with my hackathon team? Can I switch team in the middle of the seminar?
Like in real life, it depends. Does the other team want you? And is it really a problem that you cannot solve? We'll definitely happy to mediate it. But we're also expecting to recruit adults for this seminar, and we think that as adults, we can definitely help you solve problems. But there's probably no problem that you cannot solve with your team through empathy and through honest and constructive criticism and feedback. And we have never had a problem so far having fellows that cause problems. So all of our fellows are like super nice and collaborative. We don't think it's a problem. If there's a problem, certainly we are engaged with the teams and we will want to mediate. Whether you can switch teams or not, it will really depend on how things pan out. I wouldn't say like a strict no. If there's a team that really wants you and realizes you have a skill they really need and it makes more sense, then of course, why not? But we certainly don't want that to be the standard, that people just switch all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. Being a leader is very important. It's very important for leaders to have leadership skills and teamwork skills, and that's why, in addition to their seminar lectures and panel discussion, we also have teamwork sessions and leadership training. So, Dr. Lê, what can you talk more about the leadership training of the previous seminars?
So for us, because we are an initiative focused on leadership, so for each seminar, we have two sections, two full sections on leadership training. As a matter of fact, right now, we have a speaker who training the fellow right now for their tech and innovation seminar. So we invite speakers with professional experience in the leadership. So for example, with our last two seminar, we invited a CEO of a bank, a former CEO of a bank who have many years working in South Asia, to train the fellows on leadership.
Thank you for your answer. The next question, will we have an alumni group, social media for our own seminar, or will we join alumni from other seminars? Actually, we have both. We have a group for you to interact with your current fellows, and we also have a social media channels for you to connect with all the YSEALI Academy alumni. So don't worry, you will have a lot of opportunities to connect with each other. All right, the next question. Could I have time to present about my own startup in the seminar, Dr. Hoang?
So we specifically say that it is not a requirement for you to have had prior startup experience. And I personally think there's a lot of magic to be gained from putting people together that don't have experience but have a lot of enthusiasm. And so you will have time to present your business concept that is a result of the hackathon in the seminar. But we do not want people to showcase their prior startup experience, because it really doesn't really allow us to include other fellows to really pitch in and contribute and collaborate with you on that. So the focus is going to be what you work and gain from the hackathon rather than your prior startup experience, which is, by the way, not necessary. It's not a negative, of course, and it's not an exclusion criteria if you've had some prior startup experience, but you don't have to. And so we do not want to focus on your prior startup experience in the seminar.
Thank you. The next question, do you have any preferences for any country, gender, geographical area? No. So as I said earlier, we try to encourage maximize the diversity in our seminar. So we will have applicants from different genders, rural, urban backgrounds, country of origin, age groups, and professional background. So don't worry, we will not have any preferences. Okay, the next question. After the seminar, I will consider Fulbright alumni or U.S. State Department program alumni. This question is for Dr. Quan.
So after the seminar, you are considered as a YSEALI alumni, not Fulbright alumni, and you are part of the U.S. Exchange Alumni Program. So any program sponsored by the State Department that you participate in, you are qualified to become an alumni of the broader group. And after the seminar, we will work with the State Department to register you into that network. So no, you are not a Fulbright alumni, but you are a YSEALI Academy alumni.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Quan. The next question, what will be the learning platform for the seminar? Dr. Hoang, please.
The learning platform. So if I understand your question, what will the platform for you to interact with each other? So all the lectures will happen virtually via Zoom, and our socializing will happen via Zoom. For the interactive part, like the hackathon, we have essentially the virtual platforms that allow you to actually walk through virtual environments and interact with each other as if it were to be a real environment.
Yeah, and normally for other seminars, we also have a Canvas learning management system where you can access all the seminar materials, the lecture, the learning materials. And we also have a platform, a social media platform for you to connect with your other fellows, such as WhatsApp or Facebook. So it's usually up to the lead faculty to decide, but you would have the social media platforms to connect with each other as well. Okay, so the next question, how is the startup environment in Vietnam? Can we learn more about that? Actually, this seminar targets the startup environment in the whole region. And Dr. Hoang, can you share more about that?
Yeah, while the YSEALI Academy is located in Vietnam, as Trang and Quan said, we want to create an inclusive and diverse ecosystem. And so we'll make sure that other markets like Indonesia, Malaysia, Timor-Leste, you name it, are covered during the seminar as well. Vietnam will certainly be part of it. And there will be speakers operating in the Vietnamese startup ecosystem that you can interact with to get a better overview. And also investors, usually investors have a good overview of the ecosystem, and they can give you their knowledge about how the environment is like in Vietnam. But certainly there won't be just a focus on Vietnam in the seminar.
All right, thank you. We just have time for just one more question. The last question is, what caliber speakers are you aiming for, Dr. Hoang?
So I assume by caliber, you mean like how famous they are or maybe how rich they are. We certainly aim for high caliber speakers, but what's more important that they are high caliber is that they're actually good speakers, right? A highly successful person is not necessarily the most inspiring person and the most inspiring mentor. And so we aim to have speakers that are high caliber in the sense that they have looked back at a path of success, but also at a path of failures, and they're not shy to share both with them. So seasoned entrepreneurs essentially, but that also have the qualities of being a good mentor and an inspiring speaker. But we also want to include young entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs like yourselves that are just 1 or 2 steps ahead that can inspire you based on their journey, right? And there's no reason to believe that they're any less qualified to give you learnings than the seasoned professionals. So we'll have a broad spectrum because we aim for diversity than just for high caliber throughout the board, because that wouldn't serve the purpose and it wouldn't serve you.
Thank you very much for your answer. All right, thank you very much everyone for joining our webinar today. And before we end our webinar, let me share screen with you the application page as well to make sure that you will not miss important information here. So remember, in order to apply, please go to our website, yseali.fulbright.edu.vn/apply and fill out the application form. The deadline is 24th of September, Vietnam time. Please don't forget the deadline. And don't wait until the last minute to submit your application because maybe there's something can go wrong, right? So try to submit early. And then we will announce the results on October 21st. And here is the barcode for you to scan to access our application page. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope that you enjoy the session and I hope that we're going to receive a lot of application from you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See you.